I like it. It looks fresh, but how are we not going to put a crab, or how are we not going to put the best looking flag out there, the Maryland flag, incorporated in the City Connects? They're City Connects. Put the Maryland flag in there. Put a crab in there. Put my logo on there. What's going on here? We got Aaron Judge destroying stadiums. He should be arrested, first of all. If everyone at BTL chat, Tail and Squad Ride, we'll break you guys out of prison later. This guy's cheated multiple times in the past, gotten caught for it. He's actually a human trash can. This dude is the scum on the bottom of your shoe. That guy goes park to park, stadium to stadium, a grown-ass man with a baseball glove, like he's playing in the game, taking home runs from kids, not giving little man the respect he deserves. What a loser.
They're watching me flourish, I'm watching them run. Damn. Brand new bag for pro, but I didn't pay for it. I don't like spending that cash because I'm trying to...
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 277 piece. Hold the fry, as always, joined by your guys, Krabs and Javon on Dinger Tuesday. How about them Dodgers last night coming through? Never in doubt, Javon. Let's go. Come on.
All-Star Chris Taylor. You'll love to see
All-Star Chris Taylor with the bases loaded. The guy has been crushing baseballs with the bases loaded for years. He's having a bad season. Didn't matter. The dude's dialed. Okay, 0-2 count. Was fighting the entire at bat. Absolutely electric. We'll show you guys the clip. An absolute nuke. Right off the bat, knew it was gone. Knew it was a grand slam, Javon, and we had life. All-Star Chris Taylor. Don't let him get hot. It might be too late. This ball was crushed.
Yeah, that was electric.
Why was he throwing him meatballs right down the middle, fastballs as hard as he could, trying to beat him that way, and not throwing any balls or off speeds? That was like some sort. It looked personal, almost. It was weird.
Just might have been.
Like, who was making the call to just keep grooving fastballs? 98, top of the zone, throw 6 of them. Eventually, he's going to get one. And shout out Mungo Sauce in the back. That shit's fire. Only the DMV heads know that. Chris Taylor, Javon, changed the night last night. He changed it. Hype.
That was huge.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not great up there for me. Javon, you did your job. Great work. The Reds, I think that game ended up getting postponed to today to finish, but they're going to lose anyways. but at least I get a little dash there because it got postponed, Javon. So no loss yet. Squad ride, obviously most important, chat. Let's freaking go. Cashed it. We know that's the big play that matters. Hope you guys tailed. Hope you guys tailed today. Hope you bet responsibly and hope you've been cashing on the squad rides. I mean, Javon, look, I've been saying it since day one. If chat is not tailing the squad ride every single day for a responsible unit, at least, I don't know what they're doing. We can't help them. The squad ride is 105, 70, and 3. That is bonkers. That's bonkers.
Wow.
That's bonkers. All right, so let's keep winning. All right, chat, let's keep picking the right buttons, clicking the right button in the poll. Okay, you're doing great. Let's keep killing it. Javon, we have so much to talk about today, dudes. I want to give away a shirt. I do want to give away a BTL shirt. Yesterday's goal of getting 50 signups. Oh, looks like my camera's out of here. What is going on?
GG.
Why is it doing this? I'm turning into Trent.
Just cut you off, man. Yeah, you don't even have like the graphic up there to tell you that the cam's dead. I mean,
no, I told you I've been having some issues with this port on my laptop.
Yeah, that cam is exhausted.
That cam is fucking gassed. Oh man, it's not even gonna pick up, is it? Well, Javon, I want to do a giveaway. If we can get some Survivor Pool signups, let the people know what's good with this Survivor Pool, how they can sign up, and what they win if they end up, ending in first.
Yeah, I mean, we got the BetSperts Survivor Pool for the NFL season. I think we got the link in chat. Yeah, Josh threw the link in chat there, so make sure you're joining there. I think pre-reg was ended yesterday. Reserve your spot there, so make sure you're clicking the link, hopping in. We're going to be sweating it out all season. Me, Krabs, everybody involved, and then we want you guys involved as well. So we're super excited for that with you guys, and you win free Super Bowl tickets if you come out on top. So make sure you're in that. We're going to be in it. We're going to be sweating it, all the good stuff. And then Krabs, I believe, is giving away a shirt if we get a certain amount of signups today. Is that right?
That is indeed correct. 100%. Really? If I can figure out how to get my camera working, that'd be really, really cool. We might be absolutely caked up. This is
just might be. Just might
I might have to go to the FaceTime camera again, like yesterday.
Yeah, go rogue again.
Oh, can you go over your cheat sheet while I'm figuring this out right now?
Yeah, I can. Josh, you can bring that up real quick. Yeah. You have a solo screen too, possibly. Maybe not. But yeah, I'll tell you first because I know who's dead at the top of the list, which he always is pretty much anytime he steps on the mound. I mean, Luke Weaver. He's just always in the top of the sheet for home runs because that's what he gives up. For anybody who saw the little graphic that I just posted too about Luke Weaver, which I'm not doing that intentionally to jinx him and do finally getting a loss here, but dude, he gets an unreal amount of run support. He has been terrible. So eventually it's going to catch up to him. So he's at the top of the home run target list today. You got the Giants who have picked up in the power department, even as they've started to slip a little bit away from their little streak. Obviously not a big believer in the Giants, but it's hard to not be a believer in anybody against Luke Weaver. And yeah, not a single quality start is crazy with 8 straight wins, especially when you look at Andrew Abbott, who started I know he slipped up against the Brewers a couple times, but anytime he gets on the mound, he doesn't get a single run of support. All those games have been, 3-1, 3-2, that type of game, like the Padres starting a couple of those. So yeah, I mean, with the run support that he gets, I'm hoping that it continues because that's the spark the Reds offense needs because they've been just downright horrendous. But rest of the home run targets are kind of the typical guys on the list. Talk about Tyler Wells pretty much anytime he comes to the mound because he's been really, really good, but the home run ball is his one kind of issue there. So if we're talking about the Dodgers who have been known all season and really, I mean, for the last couple of years of attacking a lot of these pitchers who have a really high home run to fly ball rate ratio, he's going to give a couple up today, even if he pitches pretty well. So I wouldn't mind targeting him. Then you got the typical Carrasco, Michael Grove as well, Jameson Taillon, who Taillon's going up against the Nationals. So if you're taking a big stab at any massive plus money guys for them, it's always going to be a solid price because they're a team who doesn't hit many home runs. So it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Might be an omission or two on there because there are a lot of pitchers not confirmed. Like Edward Cabrera was one of them. think he's back today, like we're saying in chat. Tyler Wells Taco too, I bet. But yeah, PvP stuff. You're going to hear Bryce Harper's name 75,000 times today. I put it on the sheet because I always put the guys with the highest sample size or the most relevant sample size. So it's not all that relevant in terms of recency, but when you're going to hear him all day. Trey Turner, also great numbers against Tehran, but quite a bit ago, both those guys.
Back.
We're back.
Using the old FaceTime camera. It is what it is.
Yeah.
What is going on with my laptop, chats? If anybody's had problems with their Mac and the freaking USB-C port on the side and they're not registering what you're plugging in, let me know, please. I've been trying to fix this for the last 2 days. It's driving me bonkers. Okay.
Yes.
Javon, W, way to pick up the slack. All right. Let's get back to biz. Chat. Javon touched on it. Okay. If we get 30 signups today for the survivor pool on BetSperts, all right, it's free to sign up. If we get 30 signups today, I'm going to give away a BTL shirt. All right. I think I got a little bit ahead of myself yesterday. Okay. I got the shirt right here. W's. All right. Let's get 30 signups. We got over 30 yesterday on BTL. We can do it. We can do it. All right. I believe in you guys. Okay. Link is in chat. Here it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's get to business. Okay. Javon, we're going to talk NFL running back dilemma. All right. A lot of drama yesterday about the running back position. We're going to talk about some of the Madden ratings that dropped as well. Do a little bit of a game there for a couple minutes. Obviously, diving into Dinger Tuesday. I've got a couple guys I already like, did some research. I'm feeling confident, excited to dive into that segment. And then obviously we've got the MLB slate, maybe find some prize picks. Okay. And then the squad rides at the end, like we always do. A tale as old as time, Javon. You ready to attack? Let's attack. All right, let's attack. Javon, yesterday, this tweet from Matt Miller went viral talking about running backs, okay? And I don't disagree with him, but we're going to talk about it. Been saying it for years. Draft the running back, play the running back. If he's good, you can franchise him one time and then draft a running back, okay? A lot of drama, a lot of talk about how important this position is, not just yesterday, but overall the past year or so. You've seen teams, cut corners at the position. You've heard, teams and GMs call it more of a plug and play spot, not as important as it used to be in years past, with the game changing to be more pass heavy. And I agree. I do. And it stinks for the running backs because they're getting the short end of the stick here. They're getting dragged for no reason, according to them, because they're still grinding their butts off and still playing great and still, getting concussions and getting hurt and being that guy who absolutely takes probably the biggest brunt on offense there at the running back position. They're pissed. Okay. They don't think they should be getting dragged like this. I don't really think the tweet that Matt Miller was talking about was wrong, Javon. We're going to get your take on it as well. But Derrick Henry weighed in. He was pissed. Then they had Jonathan Taylor giving his opinion. Pretty much if you were a good running back last year in the NFL or just a good running back in general, you were probably making a comment about this yesterday. He was pissed, saying if you work hard enough, they'll find you. You'll succeed, and then if you succeed, you're gone, which kind of is the case. I do hear him out there 100%. We got Najee Harris joining the party with the season he had last year. I don't really know if he deserves to have an opinion on this, but I do think he bounces back this year, and he's also ticked off about this whole bit. And then Austin Eckler, the GOAT, had to weigh in as well, Javon. All these guys absolutely livid at this Matt Miller tweet. W engagement for him, though, of course. Javon, what are your thoughts on these tweets, on these running backs kind of lashing back out and defending themselves yesterday on Twitter?
So I like what Eckler had to say because it was more on I don't completely disagree with the sentiment of it necessarily because, yes, I guess over the course of the game, becoming a more pass-heavy league, you've seen a lot of plug-and-play running backs. Like anybody who plays fantasy football full well knows that anytime you have a backup running back starting, you pick them up because there's going to be a similar production there. But I have a problem with the guys like Matt Miller kind of making that a narrative, which is going to further drag down the market than it already should be. I have a problem with that. And then I have a problem. Go back to the other tweet, Josh, talking about the quarterbacks or the Super Bowl winning teams with the running backs. So when you look at these, the one problem I see here is a lot of people brought this up. And for a majority of them, you're talking about teams led by Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. So I've seen a lot of the media guys making that comparison. So, hey, if it's that simple, just go out and get your franchise and Tom Brady or Pat Mahomes, because that's simple for every franchise to do. And like the other ones in there, like a Matt Stafford, who's a borderline Hall of Famer, is snuck in there too. So let's not act like it's this simple necessarily. I hate kind of the narrative that's being created with that. While I don't necessarily 100% disagree with it, I hate the way that a lot of the media guys are kind of attacking it, which is where I kind of side with the running backs.
I side with Matt Miller, unfortunately. I feel bad for the running backs. Like, what are they supposed to do? They're working their butts off. It's just how the sport is changing. It is what it is. More passes, the less important running backs are. It's simple math. There's nothing they can do about it, okay? Unless you want to turn into Derrick Henry and run an offense like that, I guess. But those are rare to find these years. They really are. And look at this list, Javon. I mean, these guys are cheap. These guys stink. And they're all winning Super Bowls. I'm not saying there's a perfect correlation between this, but I am saying that teams who are smart, teams who are run well, teams who end up, finishing the job and winning the Super Bowl all seem to have the same mindset with the running back position, that it is a plug and play, and you can use guys like Pacheco last year like the Chiefs did, and it doesn't matter because they have a guy like Mahomes, like you're saying. It's not like all you have to do is sign a shit running back, and next thing you know, you're winning the Super Bowl. No, that's not how it works. How it works is they're allocating their money to other places instead of the running back position, because the drop-off between one of the best running backs in the league and an average running back is not as important to these teams as it is if they can upgrade other positions, or especially the quarterback position, right?
Well, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that, because the teams that are arguing about it are like Saquon Barkley's not getting paid, which they have Daniel Jones leading at quarterback. Josh Jacobs, who they have Jimmy G at quarterback. Najee Harris is talking about it too. They have Kenny Pickett at quarterback. So, like looking at this list, I see MVP Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, which he wasn't really much of an asset there, but it's still Peyton Manning, who drew a massive, like one of the best defenses we've seen in the last 10, 20 years to play for him behind him. So, like a lot of these teams that are arguing for it, like I really don't understand, because they're the teams that extended Daniel Jones, all while knowing that they're going to have to build assets around him because they know he's not a Mahomes, a Brady, or anything like that. So like that's where the disconnect is for me.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Like I'd rather my team spend money on their line. I'd rather my team spend money in the trenches. I'd be pissed if I was a Cowboys fan and I saw them bring back Zeke and overpay him to be a backup for their actually good running back who's going to be starting this year. I think it unfortunately kind of is the case. I am team Matt Miller. I guess you could say Matt Miller versus the running back. Super weird. But just looking at this list, man, I don't see any goats on here. And it's not just the fact that all you got to do is have a shitty running back and then you win the Super Bowl. But these teams are smart. These teams figured out a way to get it done and win a Super Bowl. I'd probably want to copy, their strategy with how they build their roster. And it seems like they all have the same game plan here, where they don't really go heavy on running back, and it's worked out for all of them. So I think it is the right play. The Commanders, my team, trying to think of it like what we're doing. We've got three, cheap young running backs pretty much, and Gibson will be a free agent next year, and I'm sure he'll be gone. And I feel like the three-headed snake approach, where you got three young dogs all back there sharing the backfields when they're in their prime and young and healthy, is just a way better, game plan than going in on one big running back who might not even matter and could end up getting hurt anyways, because he plays one of the most, risk-averse positions in all of football. He's getting his ass kicked every single play. That's where my head's at.
Yeah. I mean, the Commanders are definitely one of those teams that have the luxury of doing that, because they're obviously not in the best quarterback situation. So it's a little different.
Yeah, very true. Very true. It is definitely weird just to think about this on the surface. Yeah, they were in a rush, it seemed like, to pay Daniel Jones. They got that done nice and quick, and then Saquon not getting signs, right? It's just the way football is now. It's just the way it's moving. Feel bad for these guys getting dragged for playing their positions and doing a good job, but it is what it is. The sport's changing, and nothing that really can be done about it, in my opinion.
It's tough.
All right. And speaking of football, since we're on the topic, how about Dak Prescott talking about how he's about to be Himothy this coming season? Did you see this?
Yeah, I bet.
He said, I'm not even going to have 10 picks this year. I bet. Look, He's up on Prize Picks for 13.5. I'll be honest, and I'm a Commanders fan. I want nothing to do with backing these guys to do well. I wouldn't mind taking the less than 13.5 picks here. We know he's a pick machine. Okay. We also know last year he had a bazillion fluky interceptions, tipped balls, whatever. I'm not saying he was good, not saying, he didn't have a bunch of picks coming with some of the balls he was throwing, but a lot of those interceptions were fluky. I think that regresses a little bit. He's healthy. I like the Cowboys, so it goes with the W game script this season. I think they perform well. Their schedule won't be as hard because they didn't come in first. I think the Cowboys and Dak Prescott have a good season, and I would not mind backing this narrative coming straight from the horse's mouth. Dak talking about how he's not going to be throwing picks. We know that's his focus of his offseason after an atrocious year in 2022. I think he gets it done. Not saying he's going to take that team to the Super Bowl, but I do think he cuts the picks down, and I would love to put this in my season-long entry. Unfortunately, he is a Cowboy, so that does suck. It'd be like me putting a Yankee in there. But I think it's green. I do.
Fair enough. I can tell you he's certainly going to have 10. That 10th interception, I saw a tweet. It was like the 10th interception is going to hit like crack on Twitter. I'm so excited for it because I know it's coming. He's not throwing single-digit picks, so I'm excited. Hopefully, I mean, for you, he lands somewhere in between 10 and 13 or whatever, but I'll be waiting for that day when he throws that 10th interception, and I'll be excited. I'll be victory lapping on Twitter. Quote tweet.
I kind of want to join that party too, though, and that's making me maybe not want to take this.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, throwing less than 10 picks is pretty tough to do these days with the amount of passing these teams are doing. Like, that's not a common thing. Him saying this, right?
I mean, you weren't wrong in saying that he had a lot of fluke interceptions too, a lot of tip passes, a lot of just crazy stuff. As much as I want to discredit the Cowboys and Dak, not all of it was completely his fault, despite his lackluster play at times. The turnovers were a little fluky, so maybe regresses. How
would you compare this to baseball? Like, what player in baseball doing what? Would you compare Dak saying he's throwing less than 10 interceptions this season?
God, I have no clue.
Who's a guy who continuously underperforms? Who's a guy who is on a team that gets hyped up all the time? Who's a guy who had a bad season last year and is looking to make changes this season? I'm thinking. Under strikeouts.
He's not that.
That's hysterical. Not that well, I mean, Byron Buxton saying he's about to play a 162 game season. That could be it.
Yeah,
that could
be like it's maybe like Juan Soto.
Soto saying he's gonna hit 100 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, strictly after I guess the finish to last season, after you got traded to the Padres, I guess.
Sure.
But yeah, it's strange for sure. I don't know why he felt the need to come out and say that to the media. I get it. Maybe it's like a confidence thing, or you want to set it in stone and look forward to it and have something to kind of bank on. But you're on the Cowboys. You're the quarterback of the Cowboys. Already heavily scrutinized for the way last year goes. You're just setting yourself up.
Yeah. Look, maybe he wants to get it out there to give himself some motivation, right? He's going to be going into week 1 saying, holy shit, did I really just say that?
Yeah.
Did I really tell the people I was throwing 9 or less picks this year?
Yeah. Then after he has 4 in 3 weeks, the first 3 weeks of the season, he's going to be getting asked about that every single game. How are the picks holding up, Dak?
100%. Sure. All right. Well, it could be a win-win for me, though, if I end up taking this under. Either it hits or Dak, doesn't do what he says and the Cowboys are a joke again. That could be a win-win.
Could be
a win-win. All right, let's move. Chat, we're going to go on to a little guess the rating segment here for Madden. Looks like they dropped a couple numbers here, a couple ratings for some receivers and safeties, I believe. And Josh said they might have even dropped a couple more this morning. So what we're going to do, Josh, you're going to give us some questions here, and we're going to guess what the ratings are for these players and try to rank them.
Yes, sir. Well, we got a couple different. So first, we'll start off with these 3 guys. You have to rate them 1 through 3. So they're all different ratings. They're all 1 apart, and you have to list them 1 through 3. So these guys are A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, and Terry McLaurin.
A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin. They're all within 1 point of each other, and we have to rank them and guess their ratings.
1 point.
This is a good one. This is a good one, Javon. I wouldn't be surprised if Terry's up there, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Terry's up there. Straight up. What do we think? Let's start with setting a basis for where we think their rating is going to be. Do we think they're going to be in the 90s?
If Mike
High
Evans
80s.
isn't, I'm boycotting the game.
High 80s or low
Respectfully.
90s? Where do you want to start?
If Mike Evans doesn't have a 9 in front of his name, I'm boycotting the game.
Okay, so we'll start in the low 90s. Good.
Yeah.
All right. I think we go. What do you think the ranking would be? I think it might be Terry.
It's got to be, yeah. It's got to be Terry first.
Terry, Mike, and AJ.
I feel like
Terry,
Mike
AJ,
after
and
last Mike after last season, he's probably a little disrespected.
Okay.
I
So
would
let's go
think that.
Terry, AJ, Mike.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to?
Yeah.
You got it.
Wow.
Dude, I was so shocked at this. I
Wow.
thought AJ Brown after last year would be for sure over Terry.
Holy smokes. Put some respect on Scary
know, that's
Terry,
crazy.
boys. Put some respect. I mean, look, he is like that, and we'll never really know how good he could be because he's been playing with DoorDash drivers as his QBs for the last couple of years. I don't know. I mean, the guy's an absolute stud, right? And you're not setting these ratings based on how good your quarterback is or how well your team did. It's just based off of you. So, I mean, a little shocking for sure to see Terry at first. Had a feeling if Josh was asking this, it was going to be something weird like that. And I know Terry's been getting slurped on the feed pretty much all offseason too. So, interesting.
Should
Javon, great call with the Mike Evans at 90. What the fuck?
Should be like 91, 92. I hate the Mike disrespect. I guess I say that as I'm taking his under this
As you're
season.
fading him
but
this season is your favorite play.
I wouldn't say favorite play, but it's definitely up there. But yeah, if Mike Evans was 88, I would have extremely just ended stream immediately.
Unbelievable.
Absolute disrespect.
What else you got, Josh?
All right, so for these four guys, you're gonna have to tell me if they're top 10 or not in the ratings.
Top 10 at their position?
Yeah, and at wide receiver.
Okay.
So
W's.
we got Debo Samuel, Amari Cooper.
Do we want to do one-on-one at a time, or what do you
One
want
at
to
a
do?
time, whatever you want.
Okay. Javon, you go
Debo?
first.
Debo?
You think Debo's top 10? I'm going to go no.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no there.
That is correct.
Let's go. Where's he at?
He's like right outside. He's like 12, 13.
Okay.
Well, that's fair.
Okay. And Prize Picks Guru, no fucking chance, dude. No fucking chance. Some guys are just too good, and they just shouldn't be faded. I'm not taking them. No chance. All right. What do we got next?
We got CD Lamb.
C.D. Lamb. Is he a top 10 receiver? I'm going to go no.
I'll say yes, just for the sake of argument.
He is 10.
Wow.
He's tied for 10th with Mike.
That's some serious respect.
I bet.
Had a feeling it was going to be yes when you asked that because no felt too free. Now I know how it feels to be a square. You got me.
That's a square pick.
All right, we got Amari Cooper.
No.
Yes. Hell yes.
Yes, he is. He is
What?
9.
Yes.
He's a 91.
I know he had a great year last year. Okay, but that's a little bit of an overreaction,
No.
I think.
Well, it's
I agree
ratings
with
too.
that.
It's ratings. Because you got like his speed is probably going to carry him in the game. I would
Yeah,
think.
92 speed.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Last one, Keenan Allen.
After last year? I'm going no again. I don't think I've said yes yet. I'm doubling down. I'm going no.
Say yes.
It's a no. He is an
Wow.
89. He's just outside of it.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Yeah, they're bumping the old man down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we can look at these real quick too. These are all of them.
Fire, dude. Put some respect on Terry. They got JJ first, obviously 99. Crazy. Tyreek Hill, as he should be, number 2. Adams, number 3. I have no qualms. with
Yeah.
that at all. I'm sure Tyreek
Ran
Hill's
those
speed,
ball.
like you were saying, Javon, that probably helps, right?
Yeah.
His speed
All the
is
fastest
probably-
receivers are a little higher than they should.
Okay. Yeah, they got Cup Diggs, Chase, Terry, AJ, and Coop.
I think
got any- Any qualms with
think-
these guys?
I think D Hop's a 93 too. He's just not on here, but I'm pretty sure he's a 93,
Yeah, he shouldn't be a 93.
which is kind of insane after what he's done the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's a Mickey Mouse rating.
Also, he really picked to go play with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, sure. He's complaining all
Not bad.
offseason about I want to play for a winner. I want to contend. Yeah, I bet he took a bag to go play with Tannehill
Come on.
/ Malik Willis.
Yep. Good luck with that.
Yeah,
Let me
have
help
fun.
you. Yeah, that'll be
Jamar
awesome.
Chase is higher, they're saying. Chase is higher than 94. Chase should be number 2.
I don't know about that. I could see him being like a 95, 96.
I feel like
but
he should be. I feel like he should be on par with
Diggs.
Cup and Diggs at
Yeah,
the very
I agree.
least.
Mm.
Yeah, Madden
Okay.
knows ball, putting Terry and Amari Cooper up there though.
All right. They do know ball. They do know ball. All right.
Here we can
I
look at
wonder
the tackles and DNs too. They just came out with these.
Yeah, let's see them real quick. They got Donald at 99, the only 99, shocker. They got Garrett up there at 98, Bosa at 98. What else? Micah at 97, Chris Jones at 96. Okay. I mean, Josh, we were talking about it a little bit before for this segment, but Micah, Bosa, and Garrett should all be 98s or 99s, in my opinion. Those guys are freaks.
Yeah.
Freaks. What do you think, Javon? Do you think they got
I think the
snubbed?
I don't know if people got snubbed. I like the D tackles.
Mm.
People still, I think, disrespect Chris Jones a little bit. Not Madden because they got him right up there, but I don't think people realize how good he's been year in year out. So I love that he's up there, 96.
They got Jonathan Allen at a 92. They do know ball. They
Dude,
do
that
know
is
ball.
absurd token. Parsons 92
92
speed.
speed.
That's crazy.
Jesus. That's nuts. All right, keep moving.
Go
What else
to
we
the-
got?
Let's see who else we got over here. Dexter.
Vita
I'm surprised
Vea's big
Jeffrey
ass.
Simmons isn't in the 90s, to be honest.
They don't have. Where's Deron Payne big ass at?
I can search him. He might not
No
even.
respect.
Zero respect. Trey
83.
Hendrickson, heavy.
83.
That's crazy.
That dude just got paid like he was a 93. As he should.
It's wild.
I'm pretty sure they have Chase Young over that.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Although I saw a Chase Young hype video yesterday and I couldn't stand up, if you know what I mean. Okay. That was electric. If he's back, that is huge for our defense, but I'm not banking on it. Not banking on it.
Huge.
85 for Chase Young. His leg doesn't even work. What? Unbelievable.
We got to tap into some QB rankings. The people want to see him. I kind of want to see him too.
I don't know
Are
if
they
they have
out?
them up yet.
Do they not have him out?
I don't think they have QBs.
Oh, those
yet.
might be like the last ones
Yeah.
that come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
okay,
do those, chat. We'll do this little segments, as they come out. Okay. Just wanted to kind of add in some NFL. We're kind of close, chat. 39 days till college football. NFL does not follow much longer. Okay. We are so close. 5 or 6 weeks, boys. We're in there. We're in there. Okay.
Who else?
Yeah. I'm so stoked. All right. Let's move into baseball. We got games to talk about today, chat. We got games. All right. We got some sub bangs as well. Justin MC coming in with a sub bang. That's what I'm talking about, my dude. Yes, sir. Let me see how many signups we got for the survivor pool. We've got a little more than 10. Okay. All right. We need more. Link is in chat, boys. If we get to 30, we need about 20 more. If we get to 30 by the end of BTL today, I'm going to give away a BTL shirt. Okay. I'll give away a BTL shirt. Come on. Keep grinding. Chat, we're going to move into Dinger Tuesday talk and then MLB slates, the whole 9 yards. All right, let's find some winners for today. But yeah, chat, this is going to be you. If you don't sign up for the BetSpurt Survivor pool and you wait long and then it fills up, you're going to be caught under the tarp like that poor grounds crew worker last night. That will literally be you. Okay. People forget they got trapped and they did not stop.
No.
They left them behind. And then they showed a video of them crawling out of the fucking tarp. What was that?
Nuts.
Look at that. Look, you can see their little head crawling. That is unbelievable. That poor person does not get paid enough not only to have that happen to them, and that's probably traumatizing, but to have that on TV and the commentators roasting you like it's me and you up there, Javon, they were letting him have it. It was hysterical. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did. Chat, sign up for the damn Survivor pool before it fills up. It will fill up. It will. Okay? Link is in chat. Javon, let's dive in. Dinger Tuesday. Okay, you guys know the vibes. Let's talk about some of these games. We think there's going to be a bunch of runs. All right? Some of these games, we think we're going to be facing some decent matchups with some crummy pitchers. All right, I got some names down and some angles, Javon. Where do we want to start? You want to start with Philly?
Yeah, we got to start with the Phillies.
Okay.
And we can kind of talk about this game in the process because I think the spot that the Brewers are in is pretty similar to the Orioles yesterday. The Brewers are coming in, all-star break in between, yes, but they just dominated 2 series against the Reds, and now they're fully sniffing first place in that division now. Like the Orioles kind of were, not completely ahead of the division, but they're starting to talk about first place, getting close to the Rays. They were a game behind before yesterday. I think they still are because they both lost. But now they come in against Aaron Nola, minus 200, which, I mean, the way that Nola's pitched, he hasn't pitched like a Cy Young candidate. So seeing the minus 200 was what I thought was a good bit of respect, even against the Brewers, but with how well they've played in the last handful of series, who have been like really big series for them, especially their pitching staff, made the Reds look silly for those couple series. So I think with this line, Teheran on the mound, who we've talked about, like these old veteran pitchers who maybe it's due to the pitch clock, maybe it's due with whatever, but they're starting to regress. A lot of the guys that we've expected regression from, like him, like Wainwright, all these old guys, they're starting to show it now, and he started to show it. So I think we get bangs from the Phillies, and I know you do too. So I feel like we start with some dingers in that game.
100%. I got a couple guys on my mind. I got a square one, and I got a random McGee. All right? Probably what you expected. I like Schwartz today, and I know what he's been doing. I know you're about to say, well, he's a home run in his last 3 games. I know. But when Schwarber is dialed. When he's seeing the ball well, when he's hitting nukes, they're not individual. Okay? They come in bunches. This is how he rolls. I've seen this since he was in D.C. a couple years ago. When he's hot, and we should be taking him. Okay? When he's not, you keep him as far away from you as possible because he looks like he's never swung a baseball bat in his life. Okay? Right now, Schwarber's dialed. He's got 3 home runs in his last 3 games. I think he makes it 4. I do. He's got a great freaking matchup against Teheran, who is starting to regress. Finally. Okay? Schwarber, plus 230. Odds are short, probably for a reason. He's dialed right now. I like him to go yard. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, that price is ridiculous. That little plus 215.
It's not good value. It's not a hot take. Okay, chat. He's on fire right now. I'm not pulling out a crazy guy out of my pocket saying, "Oh, this guy's hitting a home run." No, I'm taking like the hottest hitter right now, who's got insane pop. All right, that's why he's plus 200. Okay, I like him, and I like Darek Hall at plus 380. I thought his odds were a little bit short. We know he's got some pop. We just haven't seen it much in the pros. But this guy's supposed to be their big stick. He's got to get going here and get some pop. I like him. I thought he was a little bit short.
Yeah, he's definitely a little bit short. That price looked weird.
Good.
So, I mean, I also like 2 Phillies, but they're kind of in the middle. I like Castellanos and JT. Those are my 2 guys. So I think, again, I was looking at kind of everything that Teheran is going to throw. And to be honest with you, throughout the lineup, outside of like the Supercorp BVP numbers for Bryce Harper, there's not much difference with the way a lot of these guys are going to face, or what a lot of these guys are going to face today, and they all hit it pretty similarly. So I can't take Court Bryce Harper, and I'm taking JT and Casty. And JT's up for a run prop today, which whenever I take the Phillies and I think their offense is going to do well, and I see that run prop up, he comes through with a 2-run home run in his first AB. So I'm riding it.
Wow.
I like that matchup too.
Okay. W's. We got JT. We got Castellanos. And I like Schwartz and Hall. I mean, if one of these guys doesn't go yard, we just gave 4. We're going to have to go back to the drawing board.
We'll pick one out of our 2.
Yeah. We'll cut this down, chat. This is just a brainstorming session. And we'll put that card out this afternoon like we always do. Okay. And let me know in chat what you guys like. Okay. Castellanos, Red God for TBs. Looks horrible lately, but hits the pitch mix well. Okay. So maybe he bounces back, gets in his groove today. He needs it.
Yeah, he certainly does.
Okay. I could get behind it, Javon. I could. We move. Next
We do.
game. You want to go to San Diego, Toronto?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Dubs. I think there'll be runs in this game. We'll talk about the sides later. But I like the way the total's moving from 8.5 to 9, some 9.5s as well. With these two big name pitchers on the bump, Manoah coming off that nice start in his return. We want to fade. And Musgrove has been nails. Thought it was weird that he has a 2.5 run square up on Prize Picks with the juice to the under. That looks a little trappy to me. That's scaring me a little bit. I think either way, we're getting runs from both teams. And I got a couple guys, or maybe just one in this game. I like Tatis. Plus 370. I thought his odds were maybe a little bit shorter than the rest of the gang here, but probably for good reason. Tatis has pop, and I wanted to take him against, Manoah, who's an absolute fucking turkey toss. And I didn't want to go Soto. I feel like Soto does not have the best. I know he's a lefty, but I feel like Soto's not the guy here. I want to go Tatis against Manoah and his pitch mix. So give me him at plus 370 today.
I'm with it.
He's dead.
I'm with it.
He's dead.
I
Chad
like it.
knows.
Of course.
What do you like in this game?
There's not one particular hitter that I loved, but depending on the lineup, I might take a stab at like a Gary Sanchez or Rougned Odor. Rougned Odor, former friend of the program out in the AL East. Against Manoah, I want a guy who can hit the sinker really well, which neither really one of those guys are, but the only two that hit it really well for this lineup are Tatis and Trent Grisham too, who I also gave a look at, but he's a greened out gob for half a base on the PP, so I kind of stayed away from that. But Rougned Odor, if he ends up playing, looking at me a little funny.
Noted. And El Gary.
El Gary.
All right. I mean, talk about a career rejuvenation for Al Gary this season. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah. And Blake Snell.
Unbelievable.
He's the reason why people forget.
Blake Snell's numbers have been insane on the bump since Gary Sanchez has been catching, and that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'll be honest with you. Were you making a joke there, or do you actually think he's been helping? Because he was a terrible catcher in New York.
No, yeah, I mean, it's seriously been helping. I mean, it's weird because he's a horrendous defender. I mean, we've all seen that. He really hasn't been nearly as bad with the Padres, but ever since he's come, and people forget, like, defending at the catching position, it's about more than just blocking baseballs and limiting pass balls. It's about calling the game too, which he, like with PitchCom now, like it's a little different. They don't have as much a hand in it, but you can see Snell's talked about it too. He has a voice in the dugout in between innings too, which has been really big for him. So whatever it is, it's helping. And I don't get it.
100%. I'm with it. It works. They got good chem. They do. Got to give it to them. Tatis is plus 255 on FanDuel, Javon. Let's go. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Take us to another game you like.
Yeah, I mean, we got to go to Great American Ballpark, as we always have to do, for Dinger Tuesday. And I think we're on the same page here with one of them. Main guy that I like in this game is Yaz against Luke Weaver.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's listed. Oh, there he is, plus 300, which I thought was a little short. But, I mean, I love to take a guy against Luke Weaver, especially a lefty, which he's been supplying a lot of power to, especially in Great American Ballpark. But I love everything about the matchup with him, and I think it's his. He has a run prop up today too, which is a little strange when that's all that's up as well. So I had to go with him. I had to go with somebody in this game, and I think it's him. That's who I went with. Yep. Music to my ears. We took him last night. You know he's about to hit a nuke today. He didn't come through last night. Nope. Yeah, he did not. Probably. And he did not. Just for the sake of argument, I'm not going to take it because I took it twice this weekend, but the Votto odds are screaming again. Screaming. I'm not going to do it. Dude, yeah, they've been screaming and they haven't been hitting. To be fair, I mean, they screamed for like 2 straight weeks, and they're pretty indicative of his return. Just this weekend, the Reds' offense has been piss. It hasn't been him, but 100%. Just saying, can't win them all, Javon. If we did, we would be in Cabo filming. We would. Yeah, we would. I like Yastrzemski. I'm with you. Was there another guy you had though? No, not in that game. Okay, Dubs. I'm with you on Yaz plus 300. Sure. What about this Braves game?
Arizona, Atlanta. I like the over. That was one of my best bets in this game. Total up from 9.5 to 10.5. Javon. Elder got rocked before the All-Star break. I think we see some Elder vibes like McClanahan a little bit when he got rocked during the All-Star break last year. Although shout out your guy McClanahan. I was roasting him yesterday and he came through and he shut me up. He had a good start. Okay.
Good job. Good job.
Similar vibes today with this game, although that over didn't hit last night. I think this total is a little bit high with a guy like Elder pitching, and I want to back these two offenses, and I want to fade Davies. Not only is he a piece of shit, but he's terrible at pitching. Okay. And some of these guys have good matchups against them, like also piece of shit, Marcell Ozuna, who I want to back today too. But taking piece of shit Ozuna actually cancels out fading piece of shit Davies. I don't know how that works or how that math checks out, but you correct me on that. Okay. Give me Ozuna, who's been on fire against Davies in his career, 10 for 26, Javon, but no home runs, a lot of extra base hits, sees him very well, doesn't strike up too much, but he has not hit a home run against him yet. Wouldn't it be a perfect time to do it tonight in a very hitter-friendly ballpark, good conditions, total up against a shit pitcher in Davies? Yep. I think he does it tonight at home. I do. And rumor has it in chat, Azuna's up for a run on Prize Picks.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, their whole lineup is up for something today, including Matt Olson for an RBI. Just nuts. So, I mean, I couldn't pick one out in this game, to be honest with you. I think it's just could be anybody at this point. This would probably be the game that I just square up and say Matt Olson. He's up for an RBI square too, but I couldn't do it.
Okay. All right. I like runs in that game. I like that there's a lot of squares up. Are there a lot of squares up for Arizona too?
Yeah, there is quite a few squares up for them too.
Good. Awesome. I like Ozuna there, chat, plus 320. That's all I had, I believe, Javon. So take us through whatever else you like. I kind of just gave my little spiel there on some of my guys.
Yeah, I got one more matchup that I really like, who I was just looking at. He's now moved to the favorite in the game, which I thought was a little surprising. Luke Raley against Nady Eovaldi today.
Wow.
I kind of like the Rays bats to wake up a little bit today against Nady Eovaldi, and I saw his fantasy score get bumped down too, which was a little surprising. But Luke Raley, who's been probably one of, if not the most consistent hitter for the Rays, even when their offense has been down or up. A lot of the guys like Wander and Randy have been shaky in their little spots. They've gone through cold stretches. Luke Raley hasn't. He's kind of the rookie that nobody's talking about. He's been one of the most productive rookies so far this season. If you look at WRC Plus, it's been him on top of the leaderboard there. But against Nady Eovaldi, he's matches up perfectly to be the guy to do it. So I love him today, even if the Rays don't score many runs. But I think they do. But even if they don't, Luke Raley can be the guy.
Well, I'm going back to that over today. I don't have a choice. I like it. It's sharp. Doesn't mean it's hitting, but it's sharp. I like the way it's moving. I like the way it's grooving. I want to fade these two arms who have been a little too good, and that's music to my ears to hear you like Luke Raley's matchup. Looks like he's plus 450 today, Javon. Why not spring? Why not spring? Okay. Love it. Lines move 5 cents back towards the Rays as well. Keep moving. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get some good late line movement there. I don't hate the Rays ML either. We'll talk about that soon. Okay.
Yep.
B Mars coming in with a sub bang. Let's fucking go, my dude. W's. 2 months. Newbie. W new face. Love it. Hope you're enjoying the show. All right.
Dubs.
Krabs, can we get a quick Kenny text to see who he likes since he gave us Sawinski? Kenny's coming on tomorrow, boys, to do some golf talk. All right. We got the British Open coming up this weekend. Starts early as heck Thursday morning before you even wake up. We'll have Kenny come on tomorrow and talk some winners, some plays he likes there. And he'll probably have a couple home run guys he likes tomorrow too. All right. W's. Javon, are you ready to get into the lab and start going over some of these plays?
Yeah, let's get in the lab.
Let's do it. All right. Already went over the cheat sheet. W's, and my camera is freaking out. Love it. Let's dive into the MLB slate, Javon. Phillies. Talk about why you like them today. Talk about how you would back them today because they're minus 205.
Yeah, this is a difficult one for me to figure out how to back them. I kind of talked about it a little bit. I think the Brewers coming fat and happy off of 2 straight series wins that gave them the division lead. I think even with Teheran on the mound, you got Nola on the other side who hasn't been the Aaron Nola of old. So I think this is a lot of respect for them here. Obviously, you have the 9.5 total too. So I don't think Nola is going to pitch incredibly well. I don't think we're going to get like a dominant Cy Young start out of him, but I think Teheran is just going to get destroyed. I think the Phillies bats have a day, even if it's not super corporate Bryce Harper today. So with the team total being where it is at 5.5, needing 6 runs, I honestly just don't mind taking the run line here, even if it's a home team, because I think the Phillies offense is just going to be that good today. And even if Nola's not on his best stuff, I think the Phillies score a lot of runs. So, I mean, attack it how you want. I don't mind taking the home team run line here, though.
Okay. I'm looking up their team total right now as we speak. Looks like Phillies at 5.5 plus Chicky to the over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of runs. 6 runs.
That's a lot of runs. Yeah. Especially
Maybe
coming
I'm
off
with
of the weekend they had. Don't want to back a team total necessarily,
Okay.
but I think they
Yep.
cruise in this game.
All right, I'm with you. What else we got? We got LA versus Baltimore, or I guess we should talk about the Harper owning Teheran thing. I wanted to show that tweet up there on the screen from my guy Dead Prez. Harper, he dominates Teheran. But Javon, we talked about this before BTL. I personally don't really think it matters that much. I think it's being blown out of proportion. Number one, because Harper's a different hitter this season. He's been hurt. He's got no pop, although he did a home run last night or the other game. Great. Don't care. Still doesn't have the pop he usually has. And then also Teheran. I mean, Javon, I remember when I could barely even have memories when I was like 10 or 15 years old, when Teheran was pitching against Harper in the NL East back in the day. That was so long ago. You talk about pitchers changing their pitch mix all the time. He's not throwing the same stuff he was 5-10 years ago against Harper. It doesn't matter this much. He's a completely different pitcher this year. That's why he's found success, although the wheels are starting to fall off the wagon now. So maybe he is going back to the old Teheran. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I don't really think this matters as much as people are talking about. With that being said, he will probably now hit a home run. So lock in your Dinger Tuesday bets accordingly. Okay.
I mean, I'd be down for it, even though I'm not backing him. Some Phillies runs make me happy, but yeah, it's tough because those were however long ago. I mean, Teheran's been out of the league for a couple of years now until this year, so it's not exactly the most relevant BVP numbers.
It's not.
So, yeah, rooting for everybody, of course, but I ain't doing
100%. 100%. All right, let's go to LA and Baltimore. Shout out the freaking Dodgers last night, man. I'm still so juiced up. That was freaking awesome chats. How about that squad ride? Today we got Grove going against Wells. Wells up to minus 125. Line maybe has moved 5 cents towards the Orioles. Nothing crazy. Javon, do you like Baltimore to bounce back after ending their 8-game win streak last night? Or do you like the Dodgers to keep building on their momentum and pulling out another win on the road here?
Yeah, definitely can't go back to backing the Dodgers today. Not necessarily just because, we bet him yesterday and then won, but Tyler Wells, while I do think he's going to be in line to give up a couple very hard hits to some of this Dodgers lineup, I think he's going to pitch pretty well outside of that, and I can't get myself to back Michael Grove. I think this is going to be a disaster of a matchup for him as well, for an Orioles team that has been destroying righties as of late, especially righties who are going to fill up the zone like he will. So can't get myself to back him. I think it's the Orioles, but I wouldn't be surprised if they make this very, very interesting towards the end of the game, and we see maybe another Chris Taylor moment, but from the Orioles.
Okay, this game could get weird. I probably like the over in this game. It's on TBS. They want to showcase. I mean, baseball's always showcasing the Dodgers, but this Orioles team, who's been red hot, who doesn't get the exposure that they probably deserve. TBS. Could be some juice baseballs in play. We've seen plenty recently.
Yeah, I think this is just a series of overs similar to like that Braves-Reds series where I was super big on them. I think just feels like one where you're going to get runs for all 3 of these games. Tomorrow you got Urias coming off a really good start against Dean Kramer, who's a disaster of a matchup, or his matchup is a disaster for him against the Dodgers. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see 3 straight overs in the series.
Okay. And yeah, I did. I mean, they've won 8 of their last 9 games. So I would probably say that is red hot. I'll give them a break for the 1 loss. Krabs, you go to Starbucks just to get the black coffee, 100%. Cold brew, espresso shot, 1 pump of peppermint. You go about your day. And your brain is absolutely locked in. Okay.
Sick person.
Heart attack in a cup. That's what my girl calls it.
More than that.
Heart attack in a cup.
More than that. It's crazy.
I might have to start calling it death cup. Okay. That just cannot be healthy. It
No,
can't.
not in the slightest, man. Not in the slightest.
No, not at all. Okay. 1 pump jump, I bet. I'm not putting like 7 pumps of peppermint in there. I don't want it to be like some, milkshake or some shit. I just need one
I
little
just can't
guy.
imagine. I just can't imagine just like
It's-
waking up with a taste of peppermint in your coffee. Like what is this, Christmas? You gonna put a candy
Dude.
cane in it too?
Yeah, it's about to be Christmas. When the squad ride cashes again tonight, I'm going to take another set.
Unreal, man. Unreal.
Delicious once it hits the lips. So good. So good. Chad, I like what I like. It is what it is. I'm a contrarian in life. It's not a bit. It's not just for betting. Okay. Hope you guys enjoy it. Cleveland Pitt, Javon. Looks like Allen opened up -140, and now we're seeing Mitch Keller as a favorite with the Pirates. Tell me what you like about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what's up with the line move. Because I think it had to do with an announcement because it was like pretty much instant. So I'm not really buying into like the big line move from that necessarily, even though I do like that they're moving to a favorite now. But Mitch Keller, I think we just get a classic Mitch Keller start. I'm not sure. I debated between the Pirates and the under because the Pirates, especially in the strikeout department, have really struggled against left-handed pitching, and Logan Allen is that. But in the same realm, Logan Allen has really struggled. Like from the beginning of his little tenure in the bigs, he was generating a lot more whiffs and also keeping the ball off the barrel, which both of those have started to regress a little bit. So against the Pirates lineup, maybe you're getting a few less whiffs against the lefty today, and they're going to hit the ball harder, which when the Pirates have performed well in a split that's not their best, it's been off of these random home runs from like a Carlos Santana or one of those guys. So I think they're going to stack like an inning off of Logan Allen. That's going to be enough because I do think Mitch Keller pitches really well today against the top of that guard's order, especially in the bottom. Whoever they put in it, I really don't care, especially for Will Brennan because they suck. They can't hit.
They can't hit.
Yeah.
They can't hit. Yeah, I'm good on this game. I lean Pirates. Weird line move, especially with less than 50% of bets in handle back in the Pirates. Something's going on. I lean that way. But I want nothing to do with either of these teams. Straight up.
Yeah.
They don't respect corn. All right. What about, well, you already talked about San Diego and Toronto a little bit, Javon, but I think the people need to know how much you like the Padres.
Very much.
Very much.
Very much.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at right now?
If we're talking a scale of what, like 1 to 10 units?
No,
Probably
on a
3.
scale of 1 to 10, confidence level in the
I
Padres.
feel very
setup.
good. We'll put it at like a 7, which
Okay.
is, yeah, pretty good.
Okay.
But this is, I kind of mapped this out, like maybe even before last start, I guess you could say, because I was really hoping Alek Manoah came into that Tiger start and had like a pretty decent performance, so I could fade him the next start. And I didn't even know they're playing the Padres at that point, but he came in. A lot of people, like, he was the most corporate K-prop that day, and rightfully so, because the Tigers are terrible, not just in the strikeout department, but their offense is garbage, and they're coming off of a spot where they're really struggling for like 2 weeks straight against terrible pitchers and terrible staffs in general. So it was a good spot for him to come back. But I am not buying into that start in the slightest because, like I said, the Tigers are terrible. Their offense is moose, and there really wasn't a good matchup for them against Alek Manoah. The Padres, on the other hand, their only issue is like 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was hoping for at least an 8, brother. I'll be honest.
Let's see. I would put like any standard play at probably like a 4. So like,
So you're just a tough grader, is what you're saying.
I'm a tough grader, but
Okay.
yeah, Manoah. I especially love these little line moves too when they're up into like the mid, like -130, -135 range, especially when they're on the road too. But I think Alek Manoah just gets destroyed today. The lines for Musgrove may be a little weird, but I don't think it's really going to matter. I hate leaning into overs in Toronto because their lines are super inflated, kind of just generally, but I'm leaning into this one. And I think the Padres just destroy Manoah today, and everybody figures out that he is not back. He has pitched against a shitty team.
I 100% agree. Alek Manoah is not back. He's going to give up plenty of runs today to the Padres. My worry is that they have that 2.5 earned run square up there for Musgrove, who has been one of the best pitchers in baseball over his last couple starts. That worries me a little bit. It does. Now, I know he's going against one of the hottest offenses in baseball as well, so that makes it make a little bit more sense. But I'll tell you what, I can't get over that Musgrove 2.5 earned run square up on Prize Picks. It is driving me nuts, Javon. Nuts.
Yeah, fair enough. And you can say
Scary. It's a red out gob, dudes.
That's what we said about Gilbert dealing last night and he got shelled. Who won the game, brother? That's what I would love to know. But yeah, who won the game? Because that was the play. I mean, the Mariners ML was the play. But yeah, I don't think that Manoah's going to pitch well in the slightest. And Musgrove, he can give up 3 if he wants to. I think, like, as much as I'm leaning into him today, it's not, or leaning into the Padres, it's not because of him. Because honestly, I mean, throughout this little run that he's had where he's been really good, he's also a guy who's benefited a lot from the schedule they've faced. They faced a lot of terrible offenses and a lot of like offenses at really bad times. Like they faced the Rays when they first started their little streak of not being able to hit. It was the Pirates. It was a bunch of shitty offenses. So like credit to him because it's hard to do against anybody, but I'm not leaning into his performances that much either. It's more the Padres bats today.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I can't decide between the over and the Padres, which one I like better. I'll probably end up sacking up and going with the Padres. I always trust Javon when he loves to play. Okay. But somebody in chat had the same idea as me. Yeah, my guy, John Kimball. He gets it. Sounds like an over. And John, I agree with you, man. It kind of does smell like an over a little bit.
It does. The only reason I'm not all on that is just because I am a little scarred from overs in Toronto because they haven't really been able to adjust. I mean, I guess like the White Sox series there was one of the examples, but they get set really high. But it has moved, rightfully so. So I lean into that for sure. But just give me the Manoah to get shelled.
Okay. Yeah, Phil's likes first 5. Why don't we just take first 5 then?
You could.
Okay. Well, then you can't sweat out the bet for, 2.5 hours. It cuts down the sweat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like to sweat out a good bet. I want to feel something tonight.
Okay. You got to.
Yep. All right. Over and the Padres on the MLs. We move. Let's go to San Fran and Cincy, Javon. We got Weaver up on the bump against DeSclafani's. Total at 11. We getting runs in this game?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because we've been trying to find the Reds' little offensive explosion now here for a week. So I'm not incredibly confident in going in, but whenever Luke Weaver is on the mound, first of all, that dude is terrible at his job. I don't know how they haven't brought up a minor league pitcher at this point, his replacement, but whenever he's on the mound, they find ways to score runs, and I don't understand it. He has like Martin Perez syndrome. So if they hopefully can get a spark from their offense with him on the mound, that would be fantastic. And I do like the over here too, because like it kind of lean into the Reds, and they're going to have to score to win, not just because Luke Weaver's on the mound, but you also have this little modified bullpen couple innings that's going to happen before this game, and it's a tied game as well. So if you're going to extras, I mean, it's a bullpen game, which the Reds certainly do not need from their perspective. So got to think the Giants score runs as well. So Luke Weaver in the bullpen, going to give up their fair share. DeSclafani is a guy who, especially in this ballpark against this lineup, I would love to fade. So
yeah,
I think we get runs here for sure.
I think we fade both these pitchers. I think we back these offenses. Giants offense has been just fine. Reds have been a little cold recently. Oh, nothing a little matchup against DeSclafani can't fix at the Great American Ballpark. Okay. Total's up from 10.5 to 11. I like it. Give me the over. Give me the over. I'm with you. Talk about Chicago and the Mets, Javon. I got to go to the bathroom real quick, but talk about that. I'll come back and give my pick. I got to play I like another.
Yeah, I figured it's the Mets. I would think it's the Mets. Carrasco, minus 120 on the mound. At first, I kind of thought it seemed like a little bit of respect, but I don't really think so. I think the Mets went through the little stretch where everybody's going to get the slightest bit of hope against them. I know it's Giolito on the other side. I just honestly really don't care to get involved in this game. Minus maybe a couple props on the White Sox side. Interested to see what Krabs has to say here to probably back the Mets, I would think. But yeah, respectfully, screw that game, man. I'm good. I'm so good. What are we talking about in chat, man? White Sox been too hot. Absolutely. It's about the principle. Yeah, what are we liking in this game in chat? Because I'm so good.
I like the White Sox.
Really? I'm surprised to hear that.
I like the White Sox. I do. Because I'm done betting on teams like the Mets. I am. I'm not betting on the Mets the rest of the season. I'm only going to fade them. they suck. Unless they put up a legacy month and turn into the team they're supposed to be, then we'll talk. But for now, and I've been talking about this for, I feel like months at this point, Javon. I've been talking about how bad of an organization, how toxic of a team, how it could not be fitting less like a glove with what they built up there, and it's an absolute catastrophe. Then why do I put my coins on them every once in a while? Okay? I had that thought process the other day. I'm done with this team. This team does not deserve any of our money. Okay? They're definitely not getting mine. No chance. I'm done betting on this team. Yeah, give me the White Sox. Okay? Much better team to be putting your coins on. Well, the White Sox are hot right now. And Lucas Giolito's coming fresh off a divorce. He's going to be looking to refresh or impress some people, right? That crazy Instagram post he had.
Yeah,
we know the angles of we know the dad strength angles, right? When these players have kids, they tend to do well. We don't know the divorce angle. This will be the first time we get to test this. Okay, he could be lights out. He could be in his own head and terrible. I don't know. Josh, what do you got?
I was gonna say we kind of do know, don't we? Didn't Tom Brady have that last year, and he played like shit?
That's a good.
Didn't point. They get ran on Thursday night?
That's a good. The first game of the season, didn't they get crushed? Pretty sure.
It was the first. They played the Ravens, I think.
Oh, okay. It was towards the beginning of the year. You're right. It might not have been week 1, but whatever.
Yeah, it got announced. Week 1.
It was a standalone game. I forgot which day it was. It was either Monday.
Yeah, or that Ravens game was Thursday night, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4-6 in the last 10 is hot. For them, it is. For them, that's like 10-0. W's. Yeah, give me the White Sox on the ML. Giolito does look good recently. Carrasco stinks. Good line movement. Mets don't win. Why not take the Cubs or why not take the White Sox as a short dog?
Fair enough.
I like the play. So was it that or the divorce? I don't know. You want me to ask him?
This is very true.
Yeah.
It's also in the go well. That is a good point.
Also wasn't the go well.
That could have been it.
That was the difference right there.
How bad was his wife? That's the kicker. Dude, come on. Oh, man. But, yeah, give me the White Sox on the ML. I lean that way. Don't give the Mets any more of your guys' hard-earned money. Okay, just don't. Javon, what about Arizona and Atlanta? Briefly talked about this one. I like the over in this game. One of my best bets. Total up from 9.5 to 10.5. I want to fade Davies with this elite offense. All the squares are up on Prize Picks, like you were saying. And I think Elder gets roughed up once again. And I think this is a high total once again with the game Elder's pitching in. And when we've seen that recently, he's gotten roughed up. Give me the over. Both these offenses are good. Not that sharp of a play. Fade these two pitchers.
Yeah. Well, I'm very aware it's the Braves, and I'm very aware they're minus 200 today. Looks like they opened around that tomorrow. So, reading the pitching matchups here, I want you to guess real quick. Mm-hmm. Elder Davies, Morton Ryan Nelson, Strider Gallen. What do you put in the series price at for the Braves?
Read them again.
Davies Elder today.
Yeah.
Morton versus Ryan Nelson tomorrow. And then Strider Gallen, marquee matchup Wednesday or Thursday.
I would probably put that series price at Atlanta minus 140.
Minus 300.
Wow.
Yeah. Which, the Braves, I guess they've looked a little more human as of lately, I guess you could say. But the D-backs, they're starting to look like a young team right now. And I think that's going to continue for the next handful of weeks, especially when they play a team like the Braves. So I think this series, they just absolutely get steamrolled.
Yeah, that was a terrible guess. Well, I thought it was going to be weirdly short with how you were leading up to it.
Yeah.
But it turns out it was weirdly long. Crazy.
Yeah, it's not like incredibly crazy. Yeah, minus 295 because they're going to be minus 200 like the first two games. But Gallen Strider, game 3, I figured would drive that down a little bit to maybe 240, 230, somewhere around there. But minus 300 is crazy.
That is wild. That's wild. We're going to get at least 2 wins from Atlanta in the series, maybe 3.
Yeah, maybe 3.
Could be a sweep. Chat, we got B Mars coming in with a sub bang. I think I already shouted him out. Why not a second time? Why not? All right. We move. We want Miami and St. Louis. Shout out St. Louis last night for respecting coins. I was so close, man. I was so close, didn't do it, should have. But once again, just like the Mets, no need to give that team any of our coins, even if they did come through last night. Now they're minus 150 today with Montgomery on the bump. The lines moved 10 cents towards Miami and Cabrera. Total at 8, Javon. You like anything in this game?
Not really. I think the line move also could have had to do with Cabrera getting officially announced as him coming back here, because I didn't see a confirmed pitcher for a while in this game for them. So I couldn't really get too deep in this game, but I definitely want to let the Cardinals kind of have their moment here after yesterday. But this was another one that we kind of discussed yesterday with a hefty series price, sitting at just around what this game is sitting at for the Cardinals. And tomorrow you got Sandy against probably a bullpen game or some unnamed pitcher, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Cardinals steal this one, but I'm not going back to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good on this series. Again, Cardinals should not be bet on. I want to take them. I'm not taking them. Dinger Tuesday, right? Yeah, I bet. No home run light. J-Ram. Oh, my God. Baez. Yelich. Azuna. And Gallo. Interesting. Chat, let's go ahead and put a star next to that Azuna one from earlier.
Yeah.
That one is growing on me a little bit. I don't know why. But let's remember that one. Let's not forget it. Okay.
Hilarious.
Dubs. Tampa and Texas. Chapman is back. Have you been seeing what he's doing? I'm sure you have.
Dude, yeah.
Holy
Yesterday,
smokes.
he looked ridiculous.
I mean, he was throwing 97 last year. He's throwing 103 now. He just set the record for the fastest pitch in Rangers history in the first week he's been there, Javon. He is back. He's back. And his mechanics have been tinkered with, okay? And it's worked, all right? Looks like Chapman might have some motivation. And maybe he's been working a little bit and not coming out with his head down out of the bullpen, pitching like shit in meaningless games like he was for the last couple of years. Imagine being sitting behind home plate here, Javon. You're sitting there, enjoying your time, having a good day, great seats at the ballpark. You get Chapman to come in and watch him pitch right up close, and then you get a ball right next to you in the face, 102. I'd probably have to change my boxers, brother, straight up.
Yeah.
I don't know how these
100%.
guys stayed at the game. Look at this, chat. Look at that. Imagine that ball humming at you when you least expect it. You're probably a little buzzed. Maybe you're not paying full attention. Next thing you know, 102 in your face. Unbelievable. And back in the day, they didn't have nets. Okay, that's going right between your teeth. All right? Unbelievable. I mean, he's so back, Javon. And maybe the Rangers are too. Shout out the freaking Rays and their wild pitch off last night. That was sick.
Yeah, after their little warning track shot off for the entire game.
I have never seen more balls to the warning track in my entire life. There was like 15 balls hit to the warning track in that game from both sides. It was crazy. Oh,
yeah.
With
I
that
don't
being
think
said,
that's going to continue today.
Yeah, with that being said, give me the over. Those balls are going over the fence today.
Yeah, they are.
Going back to
give
it.
me the over. Give me the over and give me the Rays today.
Mm.
Against Eovaldi. Which, I mean, they've already seen him once. Rangers have also seen Taj in that series and the Trop. But Nathan Eovaldi, people don't talk about enough. Like, he was incredible to start the season. Cy Young type numbers. Started to see a lot of regression, or numbers that are pointing to that. His hard hit rate is concerning, absolutely concerning. And we're talking about the Rays. Like, the one thing that I did see from them that we haven't seen over the stretch of the last couple of weeks where they've been pretty offensively dormant is yesterday they were hitting the ball hard, even if it didn't result for much. So against a guy like Eovaldi, who all of his numbers are pointing to regression in that exact area where he's been like one of the worst pitchers in all of the bigs, if we're talking starters, for the last month in hard hit rate. It's been bad. So the Rays, they're going to bounce back today, and they're going to score some runs for Taj because they'll need to. Which for him too, like, I think the All-Star break and this little time off could be really good for him. Obviously, a young pitcher has been a little shaky to start the year. He's had great command, but he's had a little bit of a hard hit rate issue himself. So I'm expecting his off speed to be really, really sharp, which is going to be key today. But I do think the Rays bats are going to wake up and score some runs for him too, which would be awesome.
I love the card today. I'm just going to say it. I love the card today. Hated it yesterday. Love the card today.
Yeah.
Give me the Rays ML. Give me the over. I think maybe Rays ML might be a better play than the over, honestly. Over's kind of public. Maybe that's why it's moving up. Rays aren't getting any bets, really. Lions move 5 cents back towards them. I love that angle. Get some run support for Taj. Get a little break. Fade Navaldi, who's been way too good the first half of the season. Love it. Absolutely love it. Do you like the Rays ML better than the over?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I think I might now too. All right. Let's power through these last couple, Javon. I think we got 4 or 5 more games. Looks like we got the Nats versus the Cubbies. We got Patrick Corbin back. He's back, chat, and he's got dad strength today. Let's freaking go, boys. Patrick Corbin fresh off a baby. Love it. All right. Hope he had a great, all-star break. Perfect timing. My goodness. He's going up against Talion, Javon, who's coming off a legacy start, I believe, in his last outing against his old team, the Yankees, where he threw a gem, I believe. Best start of the year by far. He's been terrible. I like the under in this game, Javon. Number 1, Corbin's been looking good again. Okay, he might be back. Number 2, I want to roll with that angle. All right, fresh off a kid. We've seen that pay off more than it hasn't for professional athletes in years past. Why not go with that system and back it here for Corbin to pitch pretty darn well like he did in his last start? I think he does against an overrated Cubs team. I don't care if they hit lefties. Doesn't matter to me. Okay. I think, honestly, Talion's probably going to pitch well against us too. I would not be surprised. I think maybe he figured something out in his last start. Maybe it was just the spite start against his old team and the anger came out and he looked great. I don't know. But either way, he finally has some confidence going into his start for the first time all year, coming off an 8-inning shutout, I believe is what it was. Give me the under. I think both pitchers pitch well. The over hit yesterday, barely late. I think these offenses cool off today. A little overvalued, a little overrated with how they've been doing recently. Yeah, Megan the Italian, sure. Unbelievable.
Hilarious.
Give me the under.
You're a brave soul for that one. I
Yep.
admire it.
Okay.
I can't do that. I'll tell you that much. Tyon coming off of a masterclass outing I don't want to call it the biggest stage, but I mean, going to the Yankee Stadium and doing that is no joke for a struggling pitcher. And then Corbin's been immaculate. I don't think he's going to be very good today, to be honest with you. Looking at some props, which I guess you always got to do when you're playing the numbers there. There's not really many stats that point to like Corbin ever having a really good start, and he's still done it. But like guys like Belly, who is a big reverse splits guy, seeing the ball really well right now, would love to get involved with him. Guys at the top of that lineup too, I think match up really well. So strikeouts might be there, to be honest with you, because the Cubs have been talking about regressing pretty massively against left-handed pitching, kind of in the same realm as the Nationals. And one of the areas they've seriously regressed in is strikeout rate. In the last 30 days, they've been top 10 or really bottom 10 with the highest strikeout rates in that area. So I wouldn't be surprised if the slider sharp, you could get involved there, and I wouldn't be too surprised, but I do think they put up some runs.
So you're saying there's a chance tonight, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
There could be a chance.
Is there a chance for a 10-piece hold the fry?
There might be. There
Might be a chance against a strikeout-heavy team who's been struggling recently. Josh is pissed. He goes, nope, no chance.
Yeah.
We'll see, chats.
Probably not.
We'll see. Tigers and Royals, Javon. You like anything in that game?
I mean, no, gross. It's probably the Tigers again, to be honest with you, but really don't want to lay it. Obviously, it's up to minus 170 now. It's a fat jump, but I think Scooball pitches very well. I think it's a similar game to yesterday without the
get that
without
out
the
of here.
theatrics.
Get it out.
Yeah.
God.
It's it.
I don't even bet on them anymore. Come on. Krabs likes his Nats today, so we know what to do. When did I say I like the Nats today? I like both guys to deal. I have no clue who's going to win. All right. And I had the over yesterday and that hit. So suck it. How about that? Let's move. Yankees and Angels. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player of all time. He hit number 35 last night. Insane. He had a bat flip, which I personally have never seen a bat flip before. People were coming at me in the comments saying, oh, no, he has bat flip before. I'm like, dude, I don't have a bat flip checker or tracker on Shohei. I've never seen him do it. He's a very composed and not, a celebratory person, or at least he hasn't been. Well, he was here, and he deserved to be, because for some reason, Aaron Boone and his bonehead decided not to walk Ohtani when he's in the hottest streak of his life and pitch to him. Who do you think you are, Aaron Boone? Do you think you're better than baseball? You think you're smarter than baseball? You think you're better than Ohtani? You're not. Walk him. Why would you pitch to him there? Everyone on earth knew what was coming. He said, "Oh, I'm not walking him because Moniak's up behind him." What are you talking about? I don't care if Mickey Moniak's hitting 310. What are you talking about? You're pitching to him here. There are no excuses for that. You have a lead. Walk him. I don't care if you're putting the winning run up to the plate. That was one of the dumbest coaching decisions I've ever seen. And I watch Davey Martinez every night. That was nuts. Oh,
Yeah. So
disgusting. And yeah, look at that slow-mo angle. Absolutely epic. Javon, we have to talk about it. He is on pace to break Aaron Judge's record from last year. We know he's probably going to get some help from the MLB. Maybe he already has with some of these juice baseballs. We've seen plenty of overs in his games recently. He's on pace to do it, Javon. And I think he could. I really do. Do you believe in him? Do you think he has a chance to do it? Is the pitching going to interfere with it? Is he going to cut the pitching off if it's close down the end of the stretch and only focus on hitting? Where is your head at with this? Do you think he has a chance to break Judge's record from last year?
I mean, if anybody at this point is saying that Shohei doesn't have a chance to break the record, they're stupid. Let's call it what it is. And no matter if you think the pitching is going to interfere or, maybe he doesn't stay healthy or, maybe the big thing that, you've seen is, pitchers aren't going to pitch to him. Said that with Aaron Judge last year, and he still found a way. And they are still pitching to him because he is I really couldn't tell you why, but he is just this good. So, we were obviously at the Yankees bet last night, and I was like, all right. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to manifest it up here too. And start walking him with no trout behind him. Said that about Judge too, and he found a way. But yesterday I was just praying. I was like, you know what, the Ohtani late inning home run is just guaranteed. So I just gotta hope he comes up with nobody on. It's unreal. Even late in the games, he's just been one of the clutchest players in all of the league, and it's crazy to see. So, at this point, if he stays healthy, I don't think that Judge record has a shot to stand.
Nope. I'm with you. Chat, we are witnessing the greatest baseball player of all time right in front of our eyes. I hope you guys understand that. I hope you take some time to watch him because this is the greatest player I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if we'll ever see somebody like him again. Make sure you're watching him. Make sure you're enjoying what you're seeing because it's history and it is unbelievable to witness. It really is. Okay. We're going to do Squad Ride right now, Javon. While they're voting, we can go over the last two games. Okay. We need to get the plays up there for the people. This is very important. All right. We're coming off a nice Squad Ride W from last night. Shout out Chris Taylor for the help there. Some people were saying I was a little lucky. And I tell them, well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Okay.
Yep.
We take it. That ball was crushed. We move on to today, Javon. We're putting the Padres in there.
Yep.
Tell you that much.
As we
Padres, Rays.
Yep.
Padres, Rays, Phillies -1.5.
Yes.
Okay. We've got
could put the over in Cincy in there.
Mm-hmm.
I
also like that.
We were master class, tip the cap.
What about the Arizona Atlanta over?
Yeah, I don't mind that either.
Okay. I like that one. Get that trophy out of here. Get it out of here. I don't want to see it. I don't bet on them anymore. The trophy's dead. Don't need it. The Royals are so fucking bad, man.
Cake.
They're so bad. All right, right now we've got San Diego ML, Tampa ML, Philly -1.5, Arizona, Atlanta over 10.5, Javon. We could go Tampa, Texas over. We could go Reds over. We could go Padres, Toronto over. I'd say those are probably my favorite three remaining plays.
Cool. I like all those.
Pick one.
I don't
know. That Reds one that you liked?
Yeah, I like the Reds one for sure.
Okay.
Especially coming off of the little couple innings before that.
Let's do it.
Huge.
Let's do it. Over 11. San Fran, Cincy over 11. All right. We've got Arizona, Atlanta over 10.5. Philly -1.5. Tampa Bay ML and San Diego ML. Okay, chat. The poll should be up. All right. Go get your votes in. Poll is up. Hurry up. Go vote. Go. Hurry up. We need a winner today. I'm trying to sneak Megalodon something. And it's probably going to be the Squad Ride, like it always is. Okay. Pick a winner, chat. All right? Click the right button. Don't overthink it, but don't underthink it. Don't. Okay? Think the right amount. Click the right button, and let's hit another squad round. All right? Let's stay hot. Let's keep the week started out great. All right? With the winner yesterday, why not one today? Why not one today? Curious what people are voting on. Wow, the Padres are getting absolutely nuked.
The Padres.
They are getting absolutely nuked. That is crazy, bro. Yeah, 54 votes. Holy smokes. Get those votes in, boys. Let me see how many signups we got for the Survivor poll. We didn't get 30. God damn it. All right, tomorrow I'm just going to give away a shirt. All right, we got enough signups. Tomorrow I'm going to give away a shirt at the beginning of BTL. All right, BTL t-shirts. I got you. All right, chat. I'm not going to give away handouts if we didn't get it. All right, no handouts. I don't believe in that. But tomorrow I will give out a handout on a new day. Okay? Free t-shirt tomorrow, beginning of BTL. You guys better be there, and you better not be square. Okay, boys? Get those votes in. We only got 70 votes for the Padres. There should be more. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. Javon, last couple games of the night. Boston, Oakland, Minnesota, Seattle, Houston, Colorado, and Yankees, LA. Do you like any plays in those last 4 games that we didn't get to talk about?
Yeah, Twins ML. Which that's
ML.
Partially just a straight fade of the entire public who seems to be in love with Brian Wu, which, I mean, a lot of people, myself included, were in love with Gilbert yesterday, which, I mean, they came out on top but didn't pitch, like, incredibly well. So it's a little bit of a different of a matchup here, but kind of the same overall game, except the line is moving quite the opposite direction here, which Bailey Ober is certainly a guy who I would love to put my coins behind too for talking about pitching matchups here. You see the total back at 7.5, which do you really expect it to be higher? No, not necessarily, but we saw a lot of runs in a game that, again, looked very similar yesterday. So I'm thinking we get 2 really good pitching matchups, and the one place where Brian Wu has been vulnerable is leaving that fastball middle of the zone as good as it is, and it's getting hit hard. So the Twins, shockingly, one of the highest barrel rates, hard hit rates, and home run per fly balls in the league, because that's really the only way they score, even when they strike out a shit ton. So leaning into the Twins today, absolutely, or against the entire world on that one. I saw too, Brian Wu's strikeout odds are getting super juicy. Like, he moved up on Prize Picks too from 6.5 to 7, but guess what went the other way?
His fantasy score.
Yeah, down to 32.5. I bet.
That's a very interesting move, if I say so myself.
K's up and the fantasy score down makes a lot of sense.
All right, let's fade the fake sharp POD today. I'm down with the Twins.
Why not?
Why not us? Why not us, Javon? Chat, we're going Padres ML today, just like we expected, Javon. Just like we expected. Okay? Padres ML for the squad rides. All right? Don't fear the little juice on there. Just embrace it. All right? They're going to get it done. We're fading Manoah. All right? Doesn't feel too bad to be doing that. All right? He's back, coming off a good start. Everyone's overreacting. Let's fade.
Let's do it.
All right? Padres ML chat. You know the vibes. Stick around for the surge stream starting up right now. All right? Trent's going to spoon feed some model plays. All right. We'll catch you guys on here tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing. We'll be seeing. Peace, boys.